Hello, buddy. How are you doing?
Oh, perfect, perfect. Let me show you the chops of food.
Oh yeah, yours look amazing. Fantastic. Yeah, I've done the same. So I've scored mine up loads, so you can see the crackling on there. Look at that. Who would like to have a little lick of that? Mmm. I think that looks amazing. So what I've done with my one is I've made a
Yeah.
little glazed it. I'm so happy to be cooking with all this amazing stuff from Always Grazing. It's just the best quality. So in here, I've got a little bit of soy, some ginger, a little bit of oil, and some honey. So I've just been glazing it with that. It smells so good.
Okay, just quickly, Jacqueline, let us introduce you to everybody first of all. How's that?
I'm sorry, I'm too busy cooking. You know, that's what I do.
So everybody out there, this is Jacqueline Wise, a chef. She works with Always Grazing, the butcher that provided the prize for Sizzling Saturday today and the meat today. They're into regenerative farming, and they teamed up with Jacqueline for some recipes and some cook-ups of their wonderful, wonderful meat that they have. And from there, I have to flip some things on the barbecue, Jacqueline. So perhaps tell us a little bit about yourself, Jacqueline. Where you're from, what's your background, and what brings you to be cooking some wonderful regenerative meat?
Cool. So in a nutshell, I was born in Guildford in Surrey. I now live in Sussex, kind of between London and Brighton. I'm a chef for a decade now. I actually used to work in marketing and advertising, and I absolutely love food, and I saved up, retrained as a chef, and it was the best thing I've ever done. So since then, I've worked in a few Michelin-star restaurants. I've worked at Buckingham Palace, I've worked at the Ritz, and I've worked at tiny little pubs in the middle of nowhere, and sometimes those are the places where I've learned my most amazing recipes. But for me, I was brought up in a small holding, so I always had a good understanding of where my food came from. So we had sheep, we always used to grow our own veggies. I've got a couple of allotments now. I've even got chickens in my garden. My camera stand's currently balanced on my chicken shed, which is quite funny because, yeah, anyway. So I set up my own business, offering private dining and restaurant-style food in homes, and it's been really, really popular. I then set up a wedding catering company, so that's Kelmsley with a K. And then this year, because of obviously the challenges involved with trying to run a wedding or events business in COVID times, I launched and that is called Positively Delicious. So if you want to check out the Positively Delicious food account, there's loads of stuff on there. Yeah, so these days I am really busy planning lots of lovely seasonal menus. I'm very much inspired by what's in season, and also eating with sustainability and regenerative food in mind. So for me, being able to eat something which is good for your body, good for your mind, because I believe cooking is a great way to relax, and a great way to connect with yourself as well as other people. And also, regenerative food is good for the planet too. So what's not to like? So yeah, that's what I do. I cook things and I have a really good time while I do it, which is why I'm so excited to be cooking with you, because you're like me. You're just obsessed with food.
Well, and also the fun side of cooking food as well. That's my part. I like a little bit of the entertainment side to show everybody, what's going on. And the educational side as well, just sort of, encourage people to just get out there and do it. You're an amazing chef, and I'm sure you've got some tips. I'm a backyard griller that just wants everybody to get out there and have a go, have a cook, and try all of the wonderful meats, get the wonderful regenerative food, try lots of different, mix it with different wines and beers, and have a bit of fun with it. So, yeah, thank you.
It's just a great way to express yourself cooking. So, I really find it great because it's so creative, and I've got super creative with loads of different things here. So I'm going to have to show you some of them soon. Otherwise, we're totally going to run out of time because I've gone slightly overboard and tried to cook everything as usual.
Okay.
So, yeah, I've obviously done the tomahawks, which I'm so desperate to eat one of these. They look so good. And yeah, just cooking it so it really crisps up on the fat is really important. And also the good thing about regenerative pork is that you really don't need to feel guilty about eating fat. Yeah, okay, it's got calories, but it doesn't have all those sort of growth hormones and all those other things that get into the meat, because that's what is fed to a lot of animals which are not regeneratively grown, so not, you know, with all organic food, etc., etc. So again, I like it because, you know, I don't have to feel bad about that, which is cool. Yeah, so then what I've also done is I've got some of the really cute meatballs.
Maybe just quickly, Jacqueline. So your porker hawk, Jack and I, we cooked up the porker hawks as well. How did you do yours? Did you brine yours beforehand? Did you score it beforehand? Did you season it beforehand? And then how did you cook? Give us a few tips.
I scored it up, so you can see it's got really good score marks there, obviously going through into the fat to make sure it's crisped up. And I actually did it first just in a really hot like cast iron pan, just to get that caramel of the fat. Then I went onto the really hot grill with it, literally just as it was, with a little bit of salt and pepper, because the texture of the meat was so amazing. I was like, you know what, it doesn't even need marinating. So instead I used what I was originally going to marinate it in, just as the glaze. So I can just put a little bit more of that on. So that's the ginger, the honey, the soy, and just literally just dressing that over the top of it every sort of few minutes or so, and then, you know, making sure I'm keeping it moving, so I'm doing both sides. And yeah, I think, to be honest, it's nearly ready. So I need to get my my garnish done, which is going to be some deep fried apple fritters, which I think the all those grazing lads were pretty excited about. So I can show you how to cook those now if you're keen.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think Jack and I have to have a debrief after this to go. You know.
All right. So.
Water.
But okay, I've got a pan of oil just on the go because I've got a little side burner on my barbecue here, which is great. And so I've just got apple slices here, and all I've done is just slice them, take the core out. I left the skin on because it helps hold the apple together. These are just like seasonal sweet kind of eating apple, and I've just let those cool down, and then I'm going to make a batter. So I thought I'd just show you how to make the batter.
Okay.
It's super simple. You literally just need two things. I'm going to just put it back up here so you can see me. Okay, so firstly, here. So I'm drinking local stuff here, which is, well, you might have trouble with me because it's 8%. Sorry about that. So I'm literally just going to put some of this in the bowl here. Not too much, because, you know, I want to drink it. And I got myself a whisk, and I've got some flour. This is just some seasoned flour. And literally this is batter for doing fish and chips as well. So you can see it's kind of foaming up a bit there. Literally stirring it in with a whisk. Going to add another flour. So you're looking for kind of the consistency that is sort of coating consistency. You don't want it to be too thin or too thick. So probably about 3 spoonfuls is going to be about right.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see, look, it's starting to thicken up a bit there. I'm just going to give it a good whisk quickly.
Open a little piece of bread whilst you talk about that. Is that okay?
Was that, sorry?
I'm going to open bread while
yeah, nice. Okay, cool. Making our batter for our apple fritters to go with our epic tomahawk. I've literally just mixed flour and some beer.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to take our little apple slices, and I'm literally just dropping them into the flour like so. Okay. And then we're going to stick them into the batter. So I'm going to literally just dip them right in, give them a little swirl about. Okay, so it's nicely coated like so. And then I've heated up my oil, so it's nice and hot. And I'm going to stand back as I do this because it's going to spit like crazy, and I'll show you in a minute.
Okay.
And I'm just putting it in slowly so that you don't just drop it in. You kind of drop it, lower it in gently, and then let go. And then they'll float to the top, and literally it's pretty much cooked already. But there we go. Ta-da! Apple fritter. So, only that quick. And they are going to be so amazing with this tomahawk. And you can do this with all sorts of different stuff. And just grilling it first, giving it, you know, a little bit of softness is such a great idea. Okay.
I'm thinking pineapple.
Yeah, and apples is a season at the moment here in the UK, so it's another reason to be using it. But there we go. Ta-da! There's another apple fritter. You can see my my golden retriever snuck in the background there. She wanted to have a try. No chance, girl. No chance at all. This is definitely not for dogs. It's for me. Okay, dunking. Dunk and wiggle. Let's have a little wiggle. Pressing it in. Yeah, nice quick cook there. Lovely. Oh my god, this smells so good. Like, you could totally turn these into dessert as well and just have them with ice cream and a little bit of you know, like honey or some cinnamon. Really, really good.
Okay.
But making sure you put them in the flour first is really important, because what am I doing with I have to cook with my fingers. Like, I like to get my hands in there. There we go.
Too low into the fat.
A couple more to do. Right, get that one in there as well. There we go. And then I can just leave them on one side.
Okay. I think that's enough apple fritters. Where's the pork? Oh. That's incredible. That's incredible.
That is all done. I'm going to turn the oil off now. Obviously, it goes without saying, got to be super careful when having like a pan of hot oil anywhere near a barbecue. You know, living life slightly on the edge there.
Right, show me where you're at. Oh my god.
I need a here just to recover from that drama. Oh, it is, and just that's watching. Yum. Okay.
We're gonna hang out a lot more often, I think.
How about these guys? What do you think? Shall I test one? I think I should. Right, here we go. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Oh dear, I'm done. Sorry, I told you about that before. It's my happy food dance. Right, I'm going to keep these warm just on the top of the barbecue. And then I need to start cooking my bavette. How did you do your bavette?
I haven't cooked mine yet, but I'm going to do mine on my new Napoleon Phantom Rogue. I'm going to do it on the sizzle zone where it's nice and hot. I'm going to marinate it a little bit beforehand. I'm going to do it Asian style, so a little bit of soy sauce and garlic and ginger, a few sort of Asian herbs in there. Then give it a really hot flash on the sizzle zone, and then I'll serve it with like a it's going out there with kimchi. I mean, I just love kimchi anyway, but
oh my god,
put a little bit of an dressing on the top anyway.
Cool. Hopefully you can see. That sounds amazing. So I decided to go slightly Mexican with my one. Although I'm going to set these pork chops off. I'm going to just get my tomahawks off now because I am pretty sure. Yeah, look at that. Colour is. It's going to be so good with the apple fritters.
So, Jack, I love how you've done the cross hatching on the on the slicing of the rind of the pork there. That's sensational. Jack and I, you've blown us out of the water.
It just opens up the texture of the meat more, so you get like double crispiness, which is always good. So yeah, you know, we had a chat earlier, and I told you that I was out foraging today. Yeah. Let me check.
So what did you manage?
I got some amazing wild garlic. So this grows here in the UK in sort of like wet places, like around rivers, and it's in season from sort of late February through till kind of June, and it's best, you just use the leaves, you don't use the bulb, and it's kind of got the taste a bit like basil, but whoa, it really packs a punch when it comes to garlickiness. So it's a great sort of seasonal alternative for regular garlic. So I decided to use it as a part of my marinade for the bavette. I'm also I haven't tried this before, but I'm tempted to do some little deep fried crispy leaves in my oil, which could be really nice as well. But we'll see how we go. So yeah, I would have with mine.
Ooh.
So bavette is such a great cut because it's really cost effective and it's got so much flavour. You just got to make sure you cut it against the grain, not with the grain.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is my other half's absolute favourite steak. He adores it. Not that he's going to let get. I'm not sharing today. This is all for me.
Well, the bavette is my biggest Instagram discovery, I'm afraid. Through Instagram, I got to know a wonderful butcher in my local area, or local area at the time, and got some bavettes off them, and I was like, that was it. I was hooked. Those steaks are so tasty, and like you say, if you just got to cut them right so that you get them nice and tender. But you can have them nice and cold salad, or sort of warm on a salad. You can have it, sauce on it. Bavette is one of the most sensational steaks. For me, it's my second steak. I'm a ribeye, then a bavette. How's that?
Oh yeah. All the steak is good. Nice. So, as I said, I was going a bit Mexican with mine, so I've I've got a melted cheesy situation here. Come off. There we go. So yeah, this is part way through this baguette. I've just got a lovely sourdough baguette here from my local bakers, and I have just melted a nice bit of organic cheese on there, and I've just seared off my Mexican spiced bavette, which is looking pretty epic. So I'm going to cook the rest of those bits there. I'm going to make an epic sandwich and include some fresh wild garlic as well. So that is my plan with that one. Spices wise, I just went with like a bit of cayenne pepper, some oregano, a splash of red wine. The vinegar kind of acidicness of the red wine is what helps tenderize the meat. So just leaving it in that for like an hour or so. If you've got like a massive bit, I'd leave it in for about 6 hours or maybe overnight. Just make sure you dry the meat off quite well before you cook it if you are doing it inside. Obviously, if you're doing it like outside, it's great. It doesn't matter. It can just drip and it's happy days. So yeah, getting a nice char on it is important.
Well, I had a question for you there, because the bavette can be quite big, and I usually sort of cut it in about half. Is it okay to cut it in half just to make it more manageable, that's all? Is it okay to cut it in half? Better done as a whole sort of piece, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I would probably tenderize it a bit with a rolling pin, so you kind of flatten it out. Oh, yeah, that looks good. What are you drinking?
A bit of Monastrell. This is going to go really well with the pork. Our wine, our wine sponsors have kindly matched it up with the Porkerhawks today. So
nice. What grapes is it? Huh? They just said red ones. Come on.
The red ones. One's stuck in a bottle.
Yeah, anyway. One grapevine that are red. Yeah, it tastes good. sorry, I'm too many detailed questions there.
Okay, so really cool. So, what have you got there going there? Oh, what are they?
Okay, so these are for my little sliders. These are my little brioche buns. And what I'm going to do is just use these amazing meatballs that Always Grazing makes. So they've also made some venison ones recently, which I'm dying to try because I love venison. I actually shot my first one last year and then butchered it, and it's in my freezer right now, which is really exciting. But hey, that's another story. I love cooking wild. Oh yeah, I've actually rabbits this week too, so it's been a good week for wild food. But this,
I love it. It's sensational food. Oh, it's one of my favourites, man.
Yeah, I think the Persian spiced koftas that they do with the beef mince would also be amazing with venison. So I think they're going to be doing those soon. But yeah, basically I've just used the meatballs. Hang on, let me just get my flipper. Yeah, I've just basically kind of smashed the meatballs down on the grill and then cooked them, turned them into like mini burgers. So therefore what I'm going to do is just a little slider situation, but I've got some other knew that was going to happen. I've got some other bits to add, but you know what, I'm going to put it on a plate so it doesn't like fall off onto the grill. Hang on. Right,
familiar with that. week's episode there was an incident along the same lines of the burger falling off the plate. But
I saw your blooper the other day where literally your whole entire thing just went, "Whoa!" No, I was crying inside, and I was thinking, well, if you had a dog, they would have been so happy. Okay.
Sex joined us. How are you, Jack? Jacqueline, when she did the cross-hatching, she did some cross-hatching on the rind of the pork before cutting it up, before cooking it rather, to score it. Sensational, mate. You got to check it out. Like that's next level. We just did the 1 inch sort of scores, but what Jacqueline did looks awesome.
Yeah, it works really well doing the crosshatch. So I'm just loading up my little my sliders here. So there we go. Oh, it's a bit hot, but I got it. Okay. All right. So I've got some harissa mayonnaise at the bottom, and you could top with a little appetizer type thing just to get people's appetite going if you're doing you know, like a group cook. And I mean, it's not really a canapé, maybe it's a manapé, but yeah, cool. Right, I've got a couple of other. Okay, so this is a really nice little bit of feta cheese, and feta goes really well with the sort of Persian type spices. So I'm going to just try and get a little bit of that in each one. Okay, and now I have some pickle. Now, if you're a kimchi man, this recipe, you've got to try it, and it's really easy to make yourself. So these are my homegrown pickled courgettes, and they've got turmeric, fennel, and also some chili in with them. And they are going into my little slider situation here. Okay, so get a few of those.
Ooh, Monastrell, nice. Ooh, this is spicy. This has got a few little sort of spicy little herby flavors. This is going to go absolutely ridiculously well with that pork.
Sweet. All right. These are gigantic. Wait.
Huh. How do you... Wait. This is incredible, Jacqueline. What you're doing here is...
I'm just having fun. I'm just literally... This is Jacqueline food. Haha. So I have loads of stuff on my Instagram, Jacqueline White Chef, and I've got all sorts of like online classes that I teach as well. I've got a burger class coming up soon, which is going to be good. But there we go. That.
Do you have any? Do you have any spare rooms at your house?
No, sorry, not now. Unfortunately, I'm not rich enough to have a house big enough for to have, you know, an actual spare room. But hey, one day, maybe if you and me make some kind of epic TV show and make loads of money, that'd be great. So yeah. Anyway, those are my sliders. So that is 2 of 3 dishes, and I just need to get this last one sorted, and we're there, I think.
Well, you basically cooked the whole box in an Afterburn episode, whereas Jack and I, we just did the chops in a single episode. So you're working 4 times as fast as us, or 3 times as fast.
I got overexcited, you know, that's what I do. Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. Right, so my bavette is very nearly there.
Okay. How did you cook your bavette? Go on, tell us a little bit. Did one quick flip, 4 minutes? What's your... Oh.
Nicely. It doesn't need much longer than that, to be honest. Like, you don't want it like super rare, because obviously it's going to be a bit too tough because there's quite a lot of stuff in there. But at the same time, it still needs a bit of moo in there. Like that's what you need. So it's probably going to need a couple of minutes. I mean, timings wise, it all depends on how hot your grill is, doesn't it? So how long is a piece of string? And also, I don't know if you're getting this at all, but I'm getting gusts of wind coming through here. And although I've got the sun out, which is actually making me kind of, hello, I'm here again. Yeah, like it's actually kind of variating the heat slightly. So I'm just kind of giving it a few minutes on each side, I guess. I'm cooking it until it's done. There we go. But yeah, basically, I've done a few veggies as well. I've got some nice broccoli here, which I've cooked up, which is looking pretty good. That's really nice with a bit of feta over it as well, maybe a bit of truffle oil, and then you could finish it off with maybe some toasted almonds or something like that, or like do some garlic chips or something with it, which would be fantastic. And mushroom. So this would be a good veggie alternative if you wanted to make some sliders. You could do mushroom feta and the harissa mayo in there as like a slider. And I've used actually the same marinade that I did with the pork on the mushrooms. And yeah, they're looking really, really good. So they've got ginger and soy, and actually I think they've got a whole lot of pork fat on too. So maybe not very vegetarian, but hey, very delicious. So yeah, I'm getting there. I'm just gonna get this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn these guys off. Yep, yeah. Fine. I'm just gonna get my board and plate up my steak sandwich.
Eaton's Jamaica, how are you? Good to have you on board. I'm looking forward to catching up with you some stage. So you've basically cooked everything in that box in a 20 episode.
Yeah.
Jack, that's it. Game over. You know, we've just been outshone. We've just been outdone. Like a long shot.
You know what? I was down the allotment until like 1:45 as well. So I was like, oh, I need to get back. Put the baby down to snooze. I've got all the food to cook. Go, 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 go. And it's fine. I was ready. Bang on 2:30. Like, come on, guys. Come on. I'm here.
Well, I rolled out of bed, thought about it a lot, went up to the shop, bought some vegetables, then fired up the barbecue for 2 o'clock. How's that sound? Slightly less active.
No, that's cool. So I'm going to get myself organised here. I've got my bavette. So here, let me just show you my bavette that I have cooked off, which is looking amazing. Here we go. Nice bit of Mexican spiced bavette, which I've marinated in red wine. Yeah, it's looking good. Cool. And then yeah, I said I've got a sourdough baguette here, and I've just melted a generous amount of cheese on there. So I actually used one of the steaks and put it on the top. When I do like cheese melts, when I'm cooking on actual charcoal and wood, which I do a lot of as well. I do a lot of fire cookery stuff out in the woods and all sorts. I just hold a log over the top and then I just melts it. It's so satisfying. Love it. Right. Okay, so right, what am I doing now?
You're about to show us the finished food. We don't have long left.
Okay. So I've got my wild garlic. I'm just gonna see if you can see what I'm doing. I haven't got quite enough space. I'm literally just gonna slice up this bavette, and I'm gonna get it in my sandwich with my cheese and my wild garlic. Here we go.
Here we go. Right.
All right, here we go. Hang on.
I'm waiting. I'm going to cook it probably tomorrow now.
Yeah, so I'm using a whole load of the wild garlic in there as well. There we go. That's a sandwich, right? Right. So there's the cheese in there. There's masses of bavette in there. Like I've got, yeah. If I get my mouth around this, that's it. I'm not going to be talking for a while. So you know that's probably a good thing though, because I've probably done too much of that already. But yeah. There we go, guys. So let me stick this on a plate and I can show you all finished three finished dishes.
That is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible, Jacqueline. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful what you've done. And you've totally stood us up or stood us out across all of the 3 different ingredients that you've been cooking. So, yeah, no, sensational. That to cook it all at once. Wow. You know, Jack and I, we were flat out.
When you do a wedding for 200, you know, this is just fun. It's fine. Okay, here we go. Here we go. There we go. Couple of plates of food for you. What do you think? Yeah,
wow.
So we got sliders, you know, with the amazing, always grazing meatballs, the Persian spiced ones, and we've done those with feta and my homegrown courgettes. And then also I've done them with a bit of harissa mayo and some lovely brioche buns. Oh, I'm the boss. Thanks. That's nice. Yeah, more compliments, please, guys. Yeah, I'll have those. And go follow me at Jacqueline My Chef. That'll make my day because I literally have like hardly anybody that follows me because I'm usually too busy working. But hey, I'm going to be doing more stuff on here hopefully, so that'll be good. And yeah, we've got our bavette steak, Mexican spice, wild garlic, and melted organic cheddar and sourdough, and of course the tomahawk. Ta-da!
Oh my God!
Apple
Wow.
fritter. I mean, look.
Jacqueline, that is absolutely sensational. You've absolutely you've put Jack and I in our place in our little Instagram world. That is some of the most beautiful food we've seen in a long time. With the always grazing meat and meat box. That is absolutely sensational.
Woo, woo.
So we have to finish up now. So thank you so much.
Jacqueline for Prime Minister. That's really funny. I just had to clarify that because otherwise it sounds like I'm bigging myself up to be Prime Minister. I have zero interest in doing that. Just saying. That's a say that because if you post it later and you don't comment, that would look really weird.
Okay, so wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. Everybody, Jacqueline Wise, at Jacqueline Wise Chef on Instagram, and from there you'll find all of her pages related to private catering, private chef, cooking, etc. Big thank you, Jack, for the most wonderful barbecue I've seen in a long time. To whip it up like that is just incredible. Thank you very much, and great to see that you've got a bit of a partnership with the Always Grazing folks that are doing
incredible. You need to check it out, and wherever you are in the world, have a look about the regenerative meat movement and regenerative food stuff because it is the future. And we absolutely need to think about where is our food is coming from and how long it can keep being produced in the way that it is, because without the earth we live on, where are we? We forget that we are also nature, so we need to look after it.
Exactly. Well, Jacqueline, on that note, cheers to you. All the best. And
it's been a blast. I've had so much fun. I've loved it.
We'll be doing it again.
Now, so bye everybody, and bye Hillary. It's been a pleasure.